Well, guys, our moment of truth is here. The Fed will decide the fate of the stock market tomorrow at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And so let's go ahead and get right into it and talk about what exactly all of tomorrow entails, right? And so tomorrow the market widely expects the Fed to raise rates by 50 basis points tomorrow. And the last time the Fed raised rates by half a point was in 2000, which was 22 years ago, quite a long time ago. This would also be the first time since 2006 that the Fed has raised rates in successive meetings. Now, in terms of a 75 basis point hike, we haven't seen that sort of hike since 1994. So that was actually the year that I was born. So about 28 years. It's been a very long time. Now, because the market expects 50 basis points, if the Fed does indeed raise rates by 75 basis points, that will 100% without a doubt shock markets, and we will go lower and break those trend lines, and it will be a bloodbath in the market tomorrow, for sure. Now, you do have people who say that because we had negative GDP growth in the first quarter, that could actually change things for the Fed and cause them to possibly do a 25 basis point hike. And this is because of the negative GDP print that we saw. And according to some, that negative GDP print reduces the likelihood that the Fed will increase their hawkishness in tomorrow's meeting. But to be honest, I don't think any of us agree with that. I think everybody's kind of bearish. And I think we kind of know what to expect, right? And obviously, those are just opinions. I mean, if you want my honest opinion personally, I'm not necessarily hawkish or dovish or bearish or bullish. I think the Fed is going to do exactly what they said. And they've already said that they plan to do a 50 basis point hike. And that's what I think is going to happen, right? And so the other part I wanted to talk about, too, is that it's important for you guys to know that a hawkish outcome of the meeting will 100% result in further sell-offs of high-risk assets. This includes crypto and speculative stocks. So yes, if they get hawkish tomorrow, yes, we will sell off in everything for sure. However, the things that are going to get hit hard the most are the things that are the most risky. So that includes speculative tech and unprofitable companies and crypto. All of the super risky stuff will fall harder than some of the more stable things, some of those stronger stocks with strong balance sheets, right? Now, just for recap, at the previous meeting, the Fed hiked rates by 25 basis points, and this was actually the first hike since 2018. Now, because the market has been anticipating a 50 basis point hike for a while now and has priced it in accordingly, the risks are actually skewed to the upside, but only if we get a 50 basis point rate hike. Some people argue this because of the fact that the market for weeks now has been pricing in a 50 basis point hike. And so because of that, there are a lot of people that are actually bullish for tomorrow. And they do believe that if the Fed indeed follows through with what they said and does a 50 basis point rate hike, that the market would actually rally because the market has been pricing that in for a while, which is why everything has been so ugly, which makes sense. I will admit that. Now, this is critical, seeing that the stock market overall is at a very key level right now. We've already broken the March 14th lows, and we are at a level that if you notice, the stock market ever since Friday has kind of been holding on to. Obviously, we had some serious lows on Friday. Monday was bad too, but if you look at today, Tuesday, the market actually was pretty steady, and I think the market is just waiting for the Fed to either send us higher or send us further into the dark ages. And so tomorrow, here is what you are going to get. You will get a Fed interest rate decision at tomorrow, Wednesday, at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. You will get a Fed FOMC statement around the same time. Followed by that, you will get a Fed FOMC economic projections. And then finally, you will get the man himself, the guy who pretty much can destroy the market or save it. Jerome Powell speaks at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And it is definitely something that everybody who is investing in stocks is going to want to pay attention to. And so what does all this mean? How should you prepare? Should you sell all your stocks? So you guys know me. I am a long-term investor. Obviously, this stuff is important and you should pay some attention to it. However, this should not have too much of an impact on your investment decisions. I agree with Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger's philosophy that regardless of what the macroeconomics are, if stocks are cheap, you buy them. This is mainly due to the fact that the stock market is really one of the most resilient places on the planet. It always goes up in the long term, regardless of the short-term fear or different events and catalysts that we have. And so for me personally, I've already been buying stocks because they've just been so ridiculously low. I couldn't help it. And I have cash on the side ready. If the market goes higher, great. I'll sit on my cash and wait for the next opportunity. If the market goes lower, I won't deploy cash immediately that same day. But if he sends the market lower, then I will be looking to add more cash to stocks, especially some of my favorites, which you all know are Apple, Microsoft, Google, index funds, and a few other stocks. And so that is my plan. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. One thing that I love about being a long-term investor is for us, it's a win-win. Now, the traders are over there scared out of their minds. All the options traders and the day traders, they got to go through all the complications of figuring this stuff out. For me, I keep it very simple. It doesn't matter what happens. If we go lower, great. I've got cash on the side. I will buy more. If we go higher, great. I am glad that I've been buying the dip literally these last few days. And if we go higher, great. My stocks are doing well. And hopefully we continue that trajectory for years to come so I can make a nice return on my investments into good companies. And so there you guys have it. Wanted to keep this a short, sweet video. And so, yeah, there you guys have it. That will go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And may the 4th be with you.